I love pancakes. I want to eat that. I'm watching show with Stephen. Yummy, yummy shit.
Cute intro. I like that whole reality thing you had going. Although not to be a downer, but it did feel a bit scripted. Did anyone else get that? I mean, he's talking about pancakes and there just happens to be a pancake in the shot. What's that smell like? Lines. Listen, the script obviously sucked. You're young, at least you look young, but you went for it, and I admire that. But it's not about what's up here, it's about what's in here. And I don't mean your lungs. If you want to do the whole reality thing, that's fine, but you gotta own it. You gotta say your lines just like you'd say anything else. I just wrote that. That was a line. You know, but I didn't write this one. Just kidding. You know? That's what I'm talking about. Besides that, I think you're a little aware of the camera, and I think the quick cuts makes it look like you're having trouble memorizing. Obviously, I don't know who you're working with or what your director's telling you and all that, but if I may, I'd suggest something like this. What's that? I love pancakes. I love to eat that. I'm watching Show with Z Frank. Yummy, yummy C. Wow, that last line is a bitch. I know how you feel. If you want to resubmit, I'll run it. Scooter Libby was convicted yesterday of perjuring himself, which isn't as dirty as it sounds, along with obstruction of justice and giving false statements to the FBI. Libby remains the only person charged or convicted in the Valerie Wilson case. That's the one where the administration outed her identity as a member of the CIA because her husband was discrediting the administration's evidence on WMDs in Iraq. However, Libby the fall guy isn't the only one who's taken a fall. Prosecutor Patrick Fitzgerald told the jury that as a result of the case, quote, there is a cloud over the vice president. Even Cheney supporters admit that insights into his tactics have severely limited the VP's power and have potentially made him a liability to the president. While Cheney awaits a civil suit filed by Valerie's husband Joseph, Scooter Libby awaits sentencing. Judge Walton has scheduled the sentencing for June, but has allowed Libby to remain free on bail while the defense asks for a retrial and then appeal. Because of that, Libby's prison bus ride may coincide with the end of President Bush's term. In recent years, the end of presidential terms have also been clearinghouses for presidential pardons. So Dems, notably Harry Reid, are calling on the president to promise not to pardon Scooter. The power of the pres to issue pardons for federal crimes is written right into the Constitution. However, it doesn't give very much guidance on when to use it. At the time the Constitution was written, pardons were a bit of a hot issue. Monarchies had abused them, and some people thought we should opt out of that privilege. In the Federalist Papers, however, Alexander Hamilton argued that pardons were crucial to the life of a democracy. Specifically, in times of rebellion or insurrection, they can be used to heal a divided country. And in some cases, that's how it's been used. For example, George Washington pardoned the leaders of the Whiskey Rebellion. Andrew Johnson pardoned Confederate soldiers. And Carter, post-Vietnam, pardoned draft dodgers. But since that Hamiltonian purpose wasn't penned into the Constitution, plenty of presidents have used the pardon in controversial ways. Ford pardoning Nixon, George Bush I pardoning Iran-Contra officials, and most recently Bill Clinton. In his last days in office, he pardoned his half-brother, and Mark Rich, who was rich and had given him money and evaded taxes. Full circle, at that time, Scooter Libby was one of Mark Rich's lawyers. In his time, Alexander Hamilton fretted about factions and felt that, quote, a single man of prudence and good sense would be better at doling out pardons than Congress. Compared to other presidents, Bush has been fairly light on the pardon train. In 2001, he said, quote, should I decide to grant pardons, I will do so in a fair way. I will have the highest of high standards. With the potential pardon of Scooter Libby looming and very little guidance from the Constitution, the question is, what are those standards? And in the case of this very divided country, will it make things better or worse? I'm gonna miss you.